What's up, everybody? ArrgThePirate here, and today we're gonna play a little Kuang in the jungle. Now, it's Saturday, guys, and it's the God Pack Saturday, as well as a couple of those console codes. But before we do that, let's go over the build and the kit. Now, the build I'm gonna start with is Assassin's Blessing, Emerald Ring. Now, I forgot my pots, but 2 healing potions, 2 mana potions, and Aegis. And then my final build should look something like Demonic Grip, Shoes of the Magi, Hastened Ring, Polynomicon, Hide of the Urchin, Typhon's Fang, and then I'll pick up Blink for my second relic. Now, let's go over his kit. First up, we have Dragon King's Sword. That's his passive, and each time Kuang successfully uses his dragon form to execute an enemy, he gains a stack of magical power and lifesteal. And the stack's permanent, and they stack up to 3 times. Basically, if you look above his face, that sword, it gets highlighted 3 times. And you get 15 power and 5% lifesteal for every stack. His number 1 is Water Illusion. Kuang teleports forward into stealth, leaving behind a watery form for himself. He retains in stealth form for 5 seconds or until he attacks or takes damage. Kuang may activate this ability again to detonate watery form, dealing damage to nearby enemies. Now, if you're just using this to move quickly somewhere, if you're not actually going to use the teleport or, try to sneak up on somebody, detonate it quickly, guys, because it will go on cooldown. If not, it stays on cooldown until you actually get out of, or until that Shadow of the Water Clone deactivates. So it can be on like a total of like a 20-second cooldown. So if you're just using it to zip around the map or, leave the base, leave the fountain, detonate it as quickly as possible. Now, before I continue on with this kit, you'll see I'm making a rotation to our duo lane, and I picked up that other camp, and that's because Kuang is not as strong until he hits level 5 and really starts coming online. But we went and picked up those other camps, dropped that red buff. We did all those things because we want to get levels quickly, and now I'm going to head back and take out the Void Camp. Although I could have taken out the enemy's Void Camp, which would have been a better choice, but, is what it is. Great rotation. We were able to take that support out. That's a pretty good play. Now, getting back to his kit, we have his 2 Dragon's Call. Kuang summons 6 dragons by his side, and for each successful basic attack, Kuang makes a dragon will dive the target, dealing additional ability damage. This ability ends after all dragons are used or after 10 seconds. Kuang may activate the ability again to send forth any remaining dragons in a ranged attack. The dragons do damage and slow the target, or the first target that they hit, but it does significantly less damage if you use that ranged attack. Next up, we have his 3 Wildstorm. Kuang unleashes a storm of lightning from his sword, damaging all enemies in front of him. This hit will send a dragon from Dragon's Call forth, dealing damage to hit targets. So you can potentially use all your dragons with that one lightning hit if you're spraying a wave or whatnot. And lastly, we have his 4 King of the Eastern Seas. Kuang grabs a single target, damaging and knocking them into the air. If the target is below a health threshold, Kuang will also reveal his true form, becoming an airborne dragon and executing them, restoring health. After transforming, Kuang then picks a new location to land, dealing damage to enemies within 20 units. Guys, the execute threshold is 30%. It's an execute. One issue I have found with Kuang, though, is when I go to use that execute, a lot of the times I'm doing so much damage, I don't get my execute off fast enough, and I end up killing them without it. So, you kind of got to be a little bit careful and not over damage, because I do it all the time. Now, the moment y'all have all been waiting for, the giveaway. Congratulations to the God Pack winner, James Corliss. Yeah, congratulations, my dude. Now, this is coming directly from me, so it's not a code. So get in touch with me, and I'll get that gift card to you. It's going to be a code anyways, but it's not the same as the skin codes, things like that. Just get in touch with me. I've got YouTube, Discord. You can get in touch with me through Twitter. I don't use Twitter all that much, but you can get in touch with me through there. Now, as far as the skin codes, congratulations, Turkey and Dex Frax. Sorry if I butchered y'all's names. Yeah, congratulations to y'all too. Y'all win the codes. Now, again, these are console codes. So, hey, congratulations, my dudes. Get in touch with me, all 3 of y'all, and I'll definitely get those codes out to you. Now, before we get into the gameplay, guys, if you'll want to enter in to win more codes, because I'm not stopping the code giveaways, guys. If you want to enter to win codes, I'm doing one console, one PC code next week. If you want to enter in, just leave your Smite name down below and let me know if you are on PC or PlayStation or Xbox or just console. It doesn't matter. I just need to know because the codes are specific, but I'm doing one PC and one console code next week. So enter in, guys, and good luck to everybody. Now, let's get into this gameplay. So, we've had to, you know, we've done a lot of traveling this match, and, you know, we finally got the DC to come back in. You know, we both started out with 2 DCs. Our Poseidon wasn't here, and then their jungler wasn't here. He showed up and then DC'd right away. And but hey, we're playing a little Kuang, so you know we're just covering lanes. You know, we're definitely wanting to get our farm. We have got our ring online, but we still are missing boots. And if you see here, before I back to base, you know, I'm gonna go ahead, clean out the void camp so our support can pick that up and hopefully make the solo lane or the duo lane a little bit easier. If you see our ADC, he's kind of just hanging out in base. You know, I guess we've just had a lot of connection issues this match, but hey, no problem. Now, Kuang does take a little bit to really come online. Like I said earlier, you know, you really benefit from, you know, getting levels and actually getting, you know, power online. He is a mage after all, but he's, you know, more of that assassin mage where you show up and do tons and tons of burst damage and then get out. And, you know, so jungler, but again, guys, he's a mage, so he's got access to a whole list of different items. And of course, there are those basic attack items such as those rings, and you can use those to your, oh man, they just work so well with these basic attack type heroes. Now from here, I'm going to rotate to our solo lane, hopefully get a pick on this Osiris. And you can see here, I'm getting ready. I stealth in, and, you know, I had my dragons ready, and guys, we melt him. And this is what I was talking about. Like, there was absolutely no way I could have used my execute right there. He was dead before I knew it. So, but anyways, we're getting those kills, and that's what really matters. You know, at this point in the match, you know, we're really coming online, so we can start spending a little more time in lane and less time in the jungle. But I'm going to go ahead and pick up the oracles and hopefully be able to rotate to mid, maybe take someone out there. I'm looking in the duo lane thinking, hey, maybe we can get a gank there, because our mid lane right now is pushed up. You can see the enemy Poseidon, you know, he just showed back up. I'm going to hopefully go in. We'll just delete him, and I go ahead, use that stealth in, and we miss absolutely everything on him because we're just that bad. Yeah. Oh man, I don't want to talk about it. We end up picking up this side camp. Now, one thing, guys, I've been using my water illusion to go in on a fight, and if you can go into a fight without using that, that is super helpful because it does do damage. You know, you can blink out and blink and, you know, make it explode and do damage right next to the person. It's almost like having another ability. Or you can, you know, just, it's always nice to have something to where you can catch up and finish someone off, but, you know, that I'm just very inexperienced with Kuang, so, you know, no big deal. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and drop our red, you know, hopefully our Poseidon heads over and takes it out, and then I'm gonna back, finish off my boots, you know, start building towards that hastened ring, and, you know, just continue doing work. Now, once I do back, you know, I get that second stage, or that first stage of the ring, and I'm gonna head over to our solo lane. You know, our solo lane, they ended up getting chased off, and so I'm gonna head over, hopefully make something happen. I'm gonna focus on to their Fenrir, the wolf. You know, he's lower level. He's you know, he's much squishier than Osiris is, but they're able to dip out. You know, no problem. We chase them out of that lane, which is really what we wanted to do. That's going to allow our shield lady to get back in lane, and, you know, that's what we want. I'm going to go ahead and drop blue. You know, hopefully she heads over here. Sure enough, she does. And, you know, dropping blue, dropping buffs for your teammates is huge part of being the jungler. You know, you want to drop those buffs. You want to allow them to pick those buffs up and, you know, drop them anytime you can. Now, she came and, you know, leech some of that farm, which, hey, that's great. you know, she got chased out of the lane. She definitely needs to get farmed. We're able to head over, and we... Again, guys, I could have executed him right before I used my ability, but the damage this guy does, I don't know how he can't execute people. He does so much damage, it's ridiculous. Now I go and check the enemy blue, it's gone, so no big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a ward down though. You know, hopefully that'll help out that solo lane a little bit, and then I'm gonna rotate towards mid. Now, we do throw a ward down there, and luckily, our mid lane Poseidon, you know, he saw us going in on that side camp, and he was able to do that. Now, if you see there, I used my slow to slow that Poseidon down, and we're actually going to get an execute here. Now, this is what the execute looks like, guys, and you can pick a position, and when you land, again, it does damage. But, you know, you can just use that execute to really reposition yourself very far away if you want. And, you know, that's kind of what we did. We went in on that red buff. We're able to drop that red buff, which is absolutely huge. We're going to pick up this other side camp, and then I'm going to go ahead and back. Being out of mana with ArrgThePirate, you know, you're basically useless. Now, we end up heading back to base, picking up a couple more wards. You know, we don't really have any gold to do anything else, but we were able to pick up that second ring, so, you know, good damage spike. You know, from after now, you know, I'm confident with the damage that I'm doing. I'm going to build in a little bit more, you know, put some defenses on. That'll definitely help out. And again, you see the damage we're doing, guys. I can't use that execute. Are you kidding me? The damage is real. And we're able to get a great kill on them. Now, we go into this tower, and guys, one thing about Kuang is, since he is a mage, he doesn't do just a whole ton of damage to towers. And so you really need your basic damage, or your physical damage heroes, to be under those towers to really, you know, just bash them down. And, you know, we do some damage, but it's nothing like an ADC could do. So, you know, we got some poke on that tower, but we weren't able to do just a whole lot. And I'm going to go ahead and back off from there. Now, again, we want to keep securing the buffs for our team. We drop that blue, you know, we're cleaning up our jungles. We drop the red, and then we drop the blue. And then we're going to head to our solo lane. You know, our solo lane's, you know, it's currently being damaged, so we're going to go in on this Osiris. Look at that damage, guys. We end up ulting him there, and if you see, since he wasn't at that execute threshold, he's able to jump out of that. Luckily, we are able to finish up the kill, but when you execute, or when you use your ultimate on somebody and they're not in that execute threshold, you just kind of fling them up into the air, and they do still take damage, but, you know, it's always better to execute because you get that passive buff, and, you know, that's what you really want, is that buff. Now, we end up getting a full team wipe right there. You know, it was the effort by my entire team. You know, that's great. That's absolutely awesome. It's time to pick up something like Gold Fury, you know, one of these side objectives, and sure enough, we head over to Gold Fury. We start going in on it, and the enemy team actually ends up surrendering. Yep, we ended 6-0-1. Guys, it's awesome, and y'all saw the damage of this guy. Oh, man. we were definitely doing work. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Kuang guide. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, add me on Smite, guys, and congratulations to the winners. If y'all want to enter in next week, just leave your name below and what platform you're playing on. Well, thanks again, guys, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.